All I know is that she's playing a Ravnos.
Right.
I can't wait to further explore the ramifications of Zeke's meltdown.
Did it during like a compulsion.
We are live, by the way.
Yes.
You.
Hello.
Is it me you're looking for? No, nobody is.
Well, tonight's session, for both recording and for streaming sake, will be a very short one. We are down a player and a new player, so
Also, there might be some mix-ups in the VODs here starting up if we can't get the other ones up. I'll start uploading the current ones.
I've been told, at the very least, when I looked at it, it said that there's two VODs that are hidden / they might be being uploaded. So maybe Dork's uploading them. I'm not sure with her. She hasn't contacted me for a while, so you can't see it, but I'm shrugging.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
Oh! Thank you, thanks, Chris, for your resub. Thank you so much. 4 months, God.
Godspeed, you magnificent bastard.
Known that man since like 2nd grade, so he's been one of my longest friends.
Oh, that's nice to know. Anyway, as always, thanks to the many artists, and specifically the people who make the Handbook of Heroes. If you like D&D comics, check them out. The writer talks a lot about the RPG community and stuff like that. He released an essay a bit ago about it. So yeah, just check out the Handbook of Heroes. They're on Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, we will be continuing from where we left off. Sadly, without 2 party members today.
They died.
No. One was kidnapped. The other one, we'll find out what happened. But for now, next week the whole group will be here, including our new member. So that shall be interesting to see. They will be playing a druid.
Again.
Hey, this time... Look, he made a wolf NATO, alright? And this time, it's gonna probably be a turtle NATO.
I mean, look, you have to admit, if anyone can make a tornado involving an animal, you have to give them respect.
Need to make a whole thing.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Also, they would be playing a portal, so Caspian gets to have a friend that's also a native to these lands.
Yay! Fish out of water. Da 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 da.
Caspian gets friends?
Look, first of all, I don't need that from you.
Look, at least you have friends that aren't at the bottom of the bottle.
At least I can have friends in the game. Let me have this.
All his friends go glub glub. But starting off from last time, the party had come into contact with a strange individual, Telemachus. A odd, not wholly normal person. Obviously, given by the picture.
There was nothing normal about it. Not wholly normal. There's nothing normal.
Nothing normal. Along with that, during their fight with him and a few grotesque abominations of some sort that the party doesn't know a lot about. A strange, very massive creature came up and basically nuked the place as far as the party knows, as they kind of passed out after the giant blast of water hit them and their ship. That they, quote unquote, requisitioned, which was already a bit broken when they got it. But we will be continuing on from there, as some time would have passed. How much the party will find out.
Several years later.
Now,
Will we find out now, or do we have to wait?
So we all wake up and it's a dream.
No.
I'm gonna find the right one. There we go. Just making it a little bit quiet. So for the fun of this, I want my players to roll initiative to see who wakes up first. I hope no one needs to pee, given the sounds you guys are hearing.
Fucking Caspian and Katra's cuddling on the side and wake up at the same time.
Two bros chilling in a boat, not 5 feet apart, because it doesn't matter how far apart you are if you're gay.
Why was that so threatening?
Right?
Look, I am the pansexual disaster in my family, mostly because I'm probably the only one who's not straight.
The gay will find you. You cannot resist.
You are the gay cousin.
You cannot escape.
Well,
Actually, no, I have the gay cousin.
Well, remember-
Your name's
Oh.
Teresa.
remember, that's why Tom Cruise is running in all of his movies.
Because he's trying to outrun his sexuality.
He's trying to outrun his gay thoughts. Wow, that
You
cameraman.
can't catch me, gay thoughts.
The cameraman's butt sure looks nice in those jeans. You're not gonna catch
Wow,
me, gay
he's a
thoughts.
streamed, huh? Crazy.
Alright. Alright, let's go.
I hope some people got that reference.
Oh yeah, Family Guy
They
is
said.
right.
Resh. You wake up. You feel the motion of the ocean. But unlike how you expected to wake up, you're in a bed. As you kind of look around a little bit, you see beside you, also in beds, you would see to your closest is Caspian. His armor has been stripped off of him.
Oh my.
For the most part, but he still has clothes on. He's covered in a few bandages.
More fishnet than a hot topic.
Yeah.
No.
Kadros is over there. There's a lot of jugs placed amongst his bed, which were probably water. Given his alcoholic tendencies, he might have gotten dehydrated.
Nah.
You yourself are kind of in your underclothes, instead of your jacket, which is on the post of your bed. You're kind of in your black clothes and pants. A few bandages kind of there. You can definitely see a few stitching in your clothes that might have gotten ripped open during the combat.
Those are called ventilation holes.
Your body is still pretty sore, but you do see something. It's a dark room, but you do see something in the corner. So you can hear the sound of writing.
Resh, I think very cautiously. Is there like a candle anywhere near him?
I'd say not a big candle, but there'd be a small candle on like a dish.
Bedside candle.
Okay. Okay. I use prestidigitation to light it, and I walk over to whoever is writing at the other end of the room, because
The
clearly
moment
they would have
you-
had a chance to kill us. So and
The
they didn't.
moment you turn on the candles, first of all, from what you can see, you're in an infirmary of some sort. And the moment you do, the figure kind of straightens up their posture, and it freaks you out at first because from their back, their skin is completely black, and you see two bright pink horns. Now you can see clearly, not like they naturally glow, but like they're this purple coloration. As slowly they turn to you. And this would freak out Resh as he sees this person. As they turn their head, almost like an owl to look at Resh.
Oh god.
Hello. I don't suppose you would be the one who assisted us, would you?
They look at you. And with a kind of clawed finger, they don't have a mouth. That's the one thing that freaks you out the most, is that they have no mouth. And it is a very odd look to you. But you see as they grab a pen, as they write in the air, and it kind of appears in bright blue colors.
Well, I humbly thank you for your assistance on behalf of the group. If I might be so inclined, how long have we been unconscious?
Sorry, I have to put into the thing of this, which the magic items he's using to write this. By the way, at this point, this person stands up. They're about a good 10 feet tall, with a very hunched posture. Their body is unnaturally thin, but they do wear what I can best describe as like scribe robes.
Scrib
But
robes?
he kind of hangs off of him like you would a mannequin. You're definitely getting a weird feeling from him. Not the, like, he's evil feeling, but more like, I'm not sure what the fuck you are. But he writes out this.
God, bitch took my ship.
With that information in mind, Resh looks around for his hat.
You would find it with your coat.
First and foremost, puts the hat on. Oh, feels much better. And then the coat. And then asks, how long until my companions come to wakefulness on their own?
Sorry I'm doing this whole writing thing, but he is a mute character. So
Oh no, this is very interesting. I like this.
Yeah.
It's not fun
But
for
this
the.
is what you see. As at this point, because Caspian and Kadros kind of rolled the same thing, I imagine at this point they're kind of stirring to be awake as you see
just.
this writing.
Hmm. Oh. Um. Uh, Actually, and then I think Resh notices one other thing and looks down at his hands and sees if his gloves are still there.
They are. Uh, as you look at this creature, he just kind of looks at you for a bit before writing more. And as he writes, the other words kind of disappear.
All right.
You look at him, he looks at you.
And he looks at me, and I look at him.
As
and
he
looks
kind
at
of,
him.
as he, you see this. At this point, Caspian and Kadros are like fully awake, or at least they're waking up.
Kadros is still just that widespread on the bed, just.
I am Russian Silver, though my friends call me Rush. I am an arcane researcher specializing in odd religions. Cults, I study cults.
Ishkar kind of nods his head very slowly. Again, it's that weird movement. It's not unnatural, but it's just very mechanical in nature. As his long neck just kind of bends down and then up again. The only thing that seems normal is the pair of glasses he wears over what you can guess are his eyes.
Well, we can guess to be his eyes. Do those even work?
Well, Ishkar, well, I'm not entirely sure how to discuss our current troubles, especially since my companions are still unconscious, but we were, I suppose, swept to sea by a very large creature that none of us were able to identify, though it was serpentine, primarily black with green scales and a very green underbelly. Possibly draconic in origin, though I'm personally leaning towards perhaps a Leviathan or maybe a draconic Leviathan hybrid. Again, that's all just speculation, but that is what caused us to get swept out.
After a moment, he will write this out for you.
Perhaps, but again, this is all speculation. I'd need to inquire into further research.
If you want, you can roll an Arcana to see what you do know of sea dredgers.
All right.
This will be a harder roll for you.
18.
All right. So, as far as you know, you've kind of heard these in passings. They're related to dragons, much like drakes and wyverns, but they're very intelligent from what you've been told. At least in the few writings there are of them. They're recluse creatures, but they have a very strong tie to nature. That's all you really know, though. This one was more massive than any of the stories you've been told, though.
I'm not entirely sure it is a sea dredger. It was larger than described.
With a clawed hand, he kind of scratches again with his basically his chin, and just kind of still hunched over, just shrugs as he'll kind of walk over to the Kadros and Caspian, pouring a little bit of water into Caspian and Kadros' mouth, just to make sure they're administered water.
Gets Kataros in mid snort. Oh god! Mate, someone's trying to kill me! Ah!
So you wake up and look at Ishkar.
Yeah, it's one of those. Mate, someone's trying to kill. Ah!
Relax, Kadros, relax. He's a friend. He's the reason we're alive. It's okay.
Oh, you sure, mate?
I'm pretty sure if he wanted us dead, he'd have plenty of opportunity.
Fair enough.
Anyhow, I need to find out what day it is precisely. I suppose we shall have to give thanks to your captain.
Wait. He goes, crap. My ship! He's just like, fuck!
Yes, I suppose our plan to procure that vessel permanently has been, dashed. The 10th? Okay, and,
You remember, it was the 8th.
2 days. We were at sea for 2 days. No wonder we were so dehydrated. And Resh is desperately trying to remember the precise day that he can contact his patron.
Kados is running straight to the deck.
Kadros, be careful. You might be a little disoriented after being in bed for 2 days.
Nothing out of the ordinary, mate.
You know what? For fun athletics, let's roll athletics to see how well you're able to put your feet under yourself.
Fucking Ashley has to do it.
Yes.
Rash isn't running around.
Ow! So sorry.
You get out. You make it to, and you make it to the door, but only with your face, as you kind of trip over your own foot.
See, this is why you don't run when you get out of bed after 2 days.
Ishkar kind of walks over, and now actually will help you up.
I'm alright, mate. I'm alright.
He kind of looks at you as he writes this.
Ah, well, it seems it might not be so dashed as we thought. Thank you kindly.
My boat. And he is going to make his way out of the room.
Ishkar, before I join my
You want to grab your clothes he took off first?
I don't... unless he stripped me naked, I don't really wear clothes. I don't really wear armor.
You're just in your pants, really.
Okay. Pirate's life for me, mate.
And then, before Rash joins Kadros on deck, he asks, another concern of mine. There were 4 of us on that ship. Do you know where our companion might be, or was he not there?
We had 2 war forces.
Well, I mean...
Oh yeah, no, never mind. That's right. The other one got hijacked.
Well, might I ask, why is he simply deactivated, or is this like a... Ah, that makes more sense. My apologies.
I'm a Jeremiah doctor, not a blackstrap.
I'm a doctor, damn it!
Apologies. It has... anxiety is making my mind make stupid conclusions. Anyway, thank you again for your help. I should perhaps make sure my other companion wakes up too before I go check on the other one.
Who wants some
And,
fish? Who wants some fish sticks?
Yeah, just sleeping still. Hasn't
Yeah.
swallowed water. It's just breathing through the gills now.
Resh looks at Caspian and just starts poking him in the side. Wake up.
The first poke, the eyes snap open, and he rolls over onto the floor and starts doing push-ups. I say, another lovely day has started. See everyone already up and
Yes.
out. No one told
Caspian.
me. Rude.
Caspian, roll athletics as you do immediately.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Athletics. Yo, 17. He's chunking it.
You know
Just
what?
bam,
Yeah,
bam,
you're
bam,
sure.
bam.
It was a little hard at first. But you're getting the blood pumping really quick.
Well, I guess that's one way to demonstrate physical differences.
Like, as he's
Anyway.
doing push-ups, it's like, I say, this is the strangest raft I've ever been on.
This
Looking
is
at the
a
floor, because that's all he's seen is just the floor.
Caspian,
Huh?
this is not a raft. We are on someone's ship.
Apologies. I have difficulty making the distinction between the two things. What's the difference?
A raft is not nearly so well constructed for sea travel as a legitimate ship. It tends to only have a single sail, while ships have many.
Okay. Blank expression looking at you.
Does Caspian get up at this point?
Yeah, he'll get up after about 40.
Yeah.
Do a few
and-
stretches.
Immediately within the dark hole, because it is, from what he told you, about nighttime.
Yeah.
Caspian, you see Ishkar.
A new face.
He,
Oh.
using his
Reading.
magic pen will
Right.
write this. It isn't
Wonderful
common.
linguistics. As he leans in to read. Like he's mumbling the words that he's reading out loud. I am feeling well, actually. Thank you for asking. You are so polite. Truly, this kind of cordiality is not something I expected from most surface folk. I do have to say.
Well, if this is all good, I'm going to go make sure Kadros doesn't get himself killed for pissing off the wrong person. And Resh leaves the room calmly with a controlled gait as he gets used to having a body again.
Wait, where's my clothes?
Ishkar will
Shut
point
up.
to
Looking around.
Ishkar will point to a corner where all your weapons and gears are located.
And you even organize them? I said, you are the best. And he walks over and he starts putting the clothes back on.
They're organized but not polished.
You know what? Half credit. Half credit.
I love that no one's asked what the fuck Ishkar is.
At this point, Resh is just
Caspian,
rolling
no.
with it.
Caspian, no. They all look the same to him.
Damn.
A giant, lanky, 10-foot-tall motherfucker with no face and glowing horn.
That's a human, right?
After Telemarcus, Resh is just zoning out of it.
But as you're let out, there's a few people on deck. At least I want to say on deck, but on the deck you're on, which is kind of in the ship. As you see a few humans, a few halflings, and a gnome. Just kind of go, wow. Didn't expect you all to live. the kind of gnome says, scratching his bare chest as he's in he's in his sleep clothes, which for him is just like a speedo.
Cadros just has to look like, no, not the first time somebody said that, mate.
Well, where we found you was kind of a big thing.
No.
Do you not know what happened?
Yeah, well, quite a bit happened.
Well, I guess I'll see you in the morning. Captain's asleep, so probably not a good idea to wake him, but I guess he'll be happy you're alive. We still have that one below deck. I've had a look at it. Yeah.
You just kind of look. I'll definitely take a look. Just rather go up and enjoy the fresh air.
Well, don't throw yourself into the ocean again.
Hopefully not.
Kind of see as he walks into what do you guess is kind of like the communal dorms, which is just a bunch of hammocks.
Yep.
As you guys get outside, and given as you're kind of walking around, Caspian would know this definitely because he knows ships. No, not Caspian, Cadros.
Yes.
Sorry. Too many C's.
Since we're on the sea.
So we tell Fox. We tell Fox his character's name has to start with a C.
I can check. He actually gave me the character's name.
But it has to be like a hard C.
Right.
At least it's not a hard R.
Oh yeah, no.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't go there on this channel, buddy.
Yes. I've been told it is an O. We're starting with an O. But from what Cadros can tell, you're on a galleon of some sort. Probably a transport one, because you haven't seen a lot of military immunities, I guess if you need the word for it.
Can I look at the flag?
Well, right now you're still below deck.
Oh, okay. I thought I made up to this.
No, I says as you're kind of walking,
Okay.
you kind of realize this, given the shit and how many people are on there here.
Okay.
This would be, from your knowledge of ships, kind of like a medium-sized merchant vessel. So, not the best kind, but, you know, given the fact that it's a transport ship of some sort, you're guessing he's a merchant or contracted with the government.
Okay.
Yeah. If you guys want to go to the hold, which is on the third layer and closest to the actual sea, the actual ocean, that's where sulfur is.
I'm heading straight up to the deck.
Just probably where you expect to find sulfur, if you wanted to see him.
Carter knows he's probably okay.
Probably.
Probably.
But as you get out, let me check the moons for today. I'll tell you how bright it is outside. It is a half moon.
Oh.
From the second moon. I mean, the first moon, actually. I believe. Yeah, the moon of Nizai, which is the green moon. Sunblight is unseeable at this point in the year, as it takes a full 100 days to rotate.
Okay.
So there's a small green glow to everything. still pretty hard to see because it is a half moon, so it's not as bright as a full moon, obviously.
Mm.
But from what you can tell, you do see your ship a little in the distance. Its mast is at this point completely broken, uh, being put on the ship itself. It's kind of tugged.
There's just a look of sadness in his face.
But while in even more disrepair, it is still seaworthy from what you can tell. So it just needs enough repairs so you can actually take it out, which would cost some money, but it is a slope, so it's not as much as a full vessel.
Okay.
Uh, I really just need to post a thing for all the flags.
Right?
Because I have a picture of all the flags is the thing. But let me look. Ooh. They have, and I guess did Rush and Caspian also follow Cadros up to the top deck of the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I am mainly to make sure Cadros doesn't hurt himself.
Joke's on you. Even if you're there, I have double a chance of hurting myself.
On the ship, the flag is primarily lines of dark green and a kind of tarnished gold
Foul
stripes. Tarnished gold, with a brighter green triangle with a black sword, shield, and crown, kind of as a coat of arms look to it on the flag.
Does
For those who wish, they can make a intelligence check.
any advantage on my end?
This is not solely sea based, so no.
Okay.
Actually, you live around the area, so I'll let you. This will be a lesser. This won't be as high as a decent.
Okay. 19 then.
All right,
19.
so you all got it. Definitely. This is the sword of Almaquah, which is a nation to the south of Dracaya. It is known primarily for its salt marshes and reliance on trade for food, but it does produce a lot of dyes, silks, and other things. It's this nation over here that owns these islands.
All right.
They are a very strange, not really, I guess not really strange, but they are an oddity compared to the rest of the colonies, as they primarily don't try to expand too much, despite the fact that they technically own these islands. Because they're usually at war with the natives, which, despite multiple peace treaties in recent history, the natives have continued an aggressive response to them living. So,
We have an aggressive response to you being alive.
The Almaquah people are known to have built fortress cities. So, they don't have a lot, but what cities they do have are massive and very fortified. So that would be your knowledge of who these people are. Most likely, given the fact that they are also waving a green flag above it, these people are probably merchants, maybe under contract with the Algonquins. So, as far as you can tell, this is probably a merchant vessel who's maybe doing a trade deal or otherwise with local area.
So nothing life-threatening to us.
No, if this was a merchant vessel, you guys would have known, and nor would they have let you out of the infirmary that easily.
Oh boy.
Not because they want to hurt you, just because they don't know who you are yet. So,
Fair enough.
I shall post what it looks like in the Discord for you people. You can show it off, I guess, if you'd like, Eric.
Nah, it's alright.
Yes. This is what the Almaquah flag looks like.
Okay.
Not the prettiest flag, but it does stand out.
I like it in a weird way.
Yeah.
It's very subdued looking.
Yeah.
You would see a few people. Primarily, again, more humans, gnomes, halflings. You see a hobgoblin kind of steering the vessel currently.
Cadrus will make his way up to the hobgoblin. You just kind of, nowhere, it's just kind of out there and enjoying and just kind of watching.
What does Caspian and Rush do while this happens?
Resh, at the moment, is just looking out at the sea and trying to remember the exact day that the lunar event was supposed to happen that would let him contact his patron. Just going through days in his head.
Roll me an intelligence check with advantage.
Okay. $18.
So, you know the best time is during lunar event of any sort. Given the fact that soon the spring flood tide will be happening soon, which is a kind of world event that takes place where the ocean, where the moons are as close to the planet as possible, where all the water is kind of pushed out, where there's a lot of flooding, but a lot of cities have built to prepare for this, but some floods can go as far as 5 to 10 miles inland if, the town is not, ready for such a thing. It could get badly damaged, but it's also the best time to try this type of stuff. Otherwise, you have to wait for a time where the moons are either both full or new moons. So flood tides and far tides, which far tides are the opposite, where the moons are as far away as they are in the season, and the water recedes about 5 to 10 miles.
All right. And he's just silently going through days, and he decides with relief, and he's like, 3 days. You have 3 days. It's fine.
Hey, what's 3 days? He just right behind you.
Ah! Caspian, you must learn to announce yourself better. That startled me.
Yeah, I was told to talk less. Interesting.
Well, who told you to talk less?
Exactly. You haven't forgotten them already. Would make a poor rescue attempt indeed.
I have not, nor will I. But let's
Yes,
be
they are a
realistic.
lot, aren't they? Anyway.
That is a distinct possibility, but it is not the only one. we know barely anything about Telemachus save their name and title. The fact that they are far more powerful than us and that they were able to take our teammate right out from under us.
Yes, that was unfortunate. Because it's a little nod. Yeah.
Very. I worry for us because I've seen my fair share of horrors in my time and I've dealt with some myself. But that. I've not had to deal with that, and it reminds me all too much. And Resh starts thinking about a certain spell of his. Of the source of that thing. If it's not the same thing, then it is at least similar in nature. The Maw is a certain title that makes a certain image of hunger, of devouring, of a bottomless void that will not be filled. A concept of consumption. A consumption without end.
I have a gentle head tilt. Barely perceptible eye twitch. I'm familiar with some such concepts. I would say, however, in light of recent experiences, do you not feel as though you have emboldened yourself, taken a stride towards greater things since when you encountered that harrowing event? I know I have.
I suppose that entirely depends, but
It is conflict that makes us strong.
it is also conflict that kills so many so early.
Yes. Well, if they were stronger, they wouldn't have died.
Sorry, hold on a second.
Anyway, as he gets the booting up face, the loading screen appears over his head.
Bomb. Oh. Just waiting on everything.
Alright. Sorry about that. What was the last thing?
Caspian's booting up.
Nothing really that big. He just kind of agreed with you.
Well. But I am not one to seek conflict. When it arrives on my doorstep, I do the best I can to meet it.
Or turn
And
it back. What?
Sometimes
It is a viable means of survival. If that is what you must do to preserve yourself, it's completely understandable. Perhaps not
Yeah.
justified, but understandable.
that is the thing, though. We say that the running is necessary, and yet we also look down upon it because we are prideful beings, us mortals. Because in
You
some
folk
way,
might be, but Tritons have risen above such things. He has a little
and
flex.
that concept in and of itself is a form of pride, and pride
It would
can
seem
kill.
like that, wouldn't it? But we're merely being honest with ourselves.
Rash
We
pulls
know what
out.
we are capable of. We know where we should not attempt such things. We don't overstep, and we know our limitations.
Rash pulls out a dagger,
Oh shit, gonna shank him.
and he just holds it up to Caspian.
Yes.
Pride is a blade with no hilt. It is a weapon, yes. It is a useful tool. Yet if you grasp too tightly, and he grabs the knife by the blade and squeezes until his palm starts bleeding, you will do naught but injure yourself. And if you grow too used to it, you will not even realize it's happening.
I'm feeling kind of attacked
You know what?
right
They have
now.
something for that. The surface folk invented these gloves. They're metal.
That is not the point, Caspian.
Yes, but if you can see a way around such.
Caspian, you grasp so desperately to this idea that those beneath the sea are above those on the land, when there is no inherent advantage to being born to a particular race. We simply are.
Well, they're below, actually, because underwater.
You understand my point.
I understand the point you think you are making.
No, I don't believe you are. And that is the saddest thing.
Is it? That's interesting.
Yes. Yes,
Oh,
it really is. I'll not deny that you have likely seen some horrors to which I have no bearing.
that's not entirely fair, is it? I don't know you, and we can hardly measure experiences based upon the personal traumas. Because what traumatizes you may be a mere stroll in a lake to me, and vice versa, of course.
I think technically.
Fresh smirks.
I think
That
technically.
is
Cat-
not how trauma works.
I think technically Cataros
Yes, it is.
has more trauma. He actually died.
Yeah. That is not how trauma works. In some small way, big or small,
subjective.
trauma affects us all, even if that effect is for us to say the same.
If you say so.
Caspian, I think you're a good man.
It's very
A
nice. of you to
foolish,
say.
a foolish, naive man who believes
Yes.
himself to know
I-
much about us without actually asking, but a good man.
You know much of it. I merely know what you leave out for the tides to carry. That is what I know.
You know, I used to be a lot like you.
Oh boy.
I was arrogant. I thought I knew the world when I had only just stepped outside of it. And I have since been continually proven wrong, and I will likely continue to be proven wrong.
Perhaps.
The difference between those who hate without reason and those who remain open-minded is that very wish to be open-minded, to learn, to accept the fact that sometimes you are wrong.
Do you think I do not think that?
I'm unsure. I am no telepath. But I do think
And
it is
yet
a
you
habit
say
you...
so much about me with such certainty. I feel you must know my mind to speak such things.
Caspian, this is merely conjecture of a concerned friend. Well, anyway, I shall speak to a mutual friend in private, and he taps his hat. I believe
Yes. The fiend.
I will speak to, or well, I suppose I should check up on Sulfur. At least one of us should.
Yeah, I can do
Keep
that.
an eye on. Yes. Then, if you don't mind doing that, I will ensure Kedros is all right.
If possible, perhaps, you know, use what magic you can to, how to say, move the bottles out of his way. You know.
Don't touch my
I
goddamn
will
bottles.
try. I will do my best to ensure he does not get too drunk. We do need him.
Tempers can run quite high on rafts. No, ships. Ship. Can get quite high on ships. We do not need an instigator.
Yes.
And with
I
that, he
will-
will take his leave. Go check in on Fulford. So we can go to other people.
Right. And Caspian,
Hmm.
I know my words are harsh,
Are
at
they?
least at least in the moment.
Hmm.
But do give them some
Oh. Uh.
from them.
Is that what counts for harsh?
No,
Oh, that was
not
weird.
really.
We will continue walking.
All right.
Lovely.
All right. And then Rush goes to check on Kadros, and I think Caspian's gonna check on Sulfur.
I guess.
Yeah.
Because, so, Cadros, what are you doing?
Chaos is like up there with the hobgoblin, just watching them sail.
They're doing pretty alright.
He kind of looks at us. Very few things are better than being on the ocean.
Hmm.
Yeah, this goes. If I may, I'm Kadros. Your captain saved me and my compatriots.
Mm-hmm.
You're not much of a talker, are you, mate?
I don't really care to that often.
You know, it's... So, where do you hail from? If it's not too rude of me to ask.
Just kind of nods to the flag.
Oh, you all are from there.
He shrugs.
Must be nice knowing where you're from.
You either are born there or you choose to be there.
Shrugs. Well, I didn't really get a choice. Young kid, found on a desert island. I remember there being a village there, but I can't remember for the life of me where exactly it was at. But if you kind of goes, if you want to break, I don't mind paying the favor forward, my friend. But he kind of just nods and looks over at Resh. Just goes, very talkative one up there. He is. So, something on your mind, Resh?
Not particularly. I'm just making sure you don't piss anyone off.
Resh, you understand these are my kind of people, right?
Oh, I'm aware. I also hear many rumors that certain kinds of sailors get into fights at the drop of a hat for the barest of insults.
Oh, that's it's an old sea story though. Most often than not, we all understand. You know, tempers run high when you're on the sea for many years, and sometimes months at an end, and you don't get to see land, tight quarters and whatnot.
I suppose certain grudges would arise in that case. If you're forced to live with the same people for months on end, then you might not even like them.
Right, but you always work to see the goal through. And the paycheck. Most of these people are here for a paycheck.
Yeah, that is fair. Anyhow,
Are there any like he's looking around for even a half drunk bottle? Like he's like, yeah, I'm on the sea, why not?
Cadros,
Aye.
please stay sober for at least another hour or two so we can talk to the captain and get an idea of where we're going and maybe we can get back so, we can get paid.
He looks at you, goes, mate, if you want to go wake up the captain right now, feel free. It's in the middle of the night, I'm not waking him up.
Resh looks up at the sky and just... I forgot it's in the middle of the fucking night, and I forgot. I don't know how I did that.
Kind of
Ugh, maybe I'm more tired than I thought.
well, being close to death will do that to you, mate.
Yes.
Hey, those goes, not my first time. I believe I get close again. I get to free ice cream Sunday.
Let's not test that theory, eh?
But the point being,
Uh,
when you're out here on the seas, enjoy it. There's no reason to get upset. There's no reason to worry what one person's going to do. Because here's the truth of it. They're going to do it regardless. It's best to enjoy what you're going to do, enjoy being yourself, and try not to screw anybody over unless it's in a game of cards. Which I am not good at.
yes. Yes. I suppose that would be one way to put things. I generally do my best not to screw people over.
It's a good way to be, mate. Very good.
Yes, but sometimes not screwing people over means leaving them to their own devices for good or ill. And more often than not, that is unfortunately to their detriment, despite your best efforts.
Look, mate. I ain't no therapist.
No, I'm not asking you to be. Just offering a bit of a different perspective.
He kind of looks at you and goes, one thing that was always told to me by my mom, alright, was you can't make everybody happy, and you can't save the world. The best thing you can do is look out for you and your own. And he kind of looks and goes, that's why I want to be on a ship in the realest of senses. Because I know everybody on that ship is my own. It's easy to look after them if they're right there with you.
That is fair. But I haven't seen many of my own in years. I actually ran away from home,
He kind of looks at you and goes, just remember, mate, any home is better than no home.
Well, yes, I suppose you're right. Like I said, my wife saved me in a lot of ways. And I guess, even though I don't get to see her much, I don't feel as alone anymore.
You just kind
Because-
of, when you say wife, it looks, just goes, you keep speaking of this wife, mate, and you kind of mum on who she is.
It's complicated. Very complicated.
He looks, goes, they're more complicated than a literal child of the sea, and one who's pierced the veil of death and's come back.
Resh kind of raises an eyebrow and, asking if this is really a conversation he wants to have on deck.
Like, he just looks at it, grabs the bottle, sees that it's empty, and just rolls it down the deck. He just goes,
Resh uses mage hand to grab the bottle. and puts it in his bag.
But he has this look like, look, mate. Everybody's got something they're going through. Even the wonder wall that's Caspian. Difference is how you.
Yes, I am.
The big difference, mate, is how you deal with it. Take me.
Yes.
I do with mine with at the bottom of a bottle and on the open seas. Caspian, from what I can tell from him, is false bravado. You, well,
Would you call him false?
I ain't calling him a truther.
But he just looks at us, and for you, my friend, yours might be the most detrimental to your own health. That worry that you have a aura about you, mate. It's just uncertainty. You gotta work on that, alright?
Being entirely honest, one of the only certain things in my life, other than my wife and some friends, has been uncertainty.
Well,
And the fact that cult worshippers will always come out of the woodworks and someone has to kill them.
well, you know what they don't always say. Nothing's certain in this world except for death, and not even in my case.
The three constants of life: love, death, taxes, and cultists. No, I suppose that's 4.
It just looks at us. You gotta work on not worrying so much. Things tend to work out. Like,
Well,
pats you on the shoulder and just kind of smiles. I mean, take the slab that we dealt with. Yep, all worked out in the end.
yes, we're lucky that no one managed to get and Resh kind of taps his chest.
Indeed.
Eh,
Now, if you don't mind, right, I'm gonna go down and see if anybody's playing cards this late.
you do you. I think Caspian is checking on Sulfur right now. I'm going to see if I can get a moment alone to talk to a friend, and he taps his hat.
He kind of looks and goes, there's rowboats, right? Like, they have the covering. DM?
The coverings?
Yeah, like they use it to cover up rowboats, that way they don't get like damaged by weather and stuff.
They have one rowboat. That's about it.
He looks and goes, that might be the most private you get, mate. Especially on a ship.
I will take it.
Now, he just has this look. I'm gonna go relax. And you should probably do the same.
Once I get the little talk in, I will.
And Kadros is gonna go down and spend some time with like the sailors that are awake, just swapping sea stories.
All right. Okay, so I guess Resh.
We'll go. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, you can do your thing. I can do it in order if you want to.
Oh no, I wanted to see what Caspian was doing right now.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So, Caspian said he was going to look in on Sulfur, but he doesn't actually know what Sulfur is. So, he's kind of wandering, and I'm sure he gets lost.
You know what? Let's roll not a D100. This place isn't that big.
That's
Let's
such
roll
a
a
big
D.
shit.
Let's roll a D4.
Sure.
Sorry.
What?
DLA.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
sorry,
Oh, dork.
I heard something suspicious.
Hello, mother. Hello, sister. We are
Excuse me.
playing D&D.
That is dork. Very suspicious.
Sus.
Don't be suspicious. Anyway, roll d4. Let's see where you end up.
Oh, I roll it. I apologize.
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were going to roll it because you're the DM.
No, this is the U opportunity.
DM's like, don't make me do more work.
So you're walking
your own damn
around.
dice.
You're walking around, and you feel familiarity as you open the door, and you see your new friend Ishkar. Just kind of turns and looks at you.
Hello again. I say, I must have gotten turned around. Although I can't really be turned around if I don't know where I'm headed in the first place. Walking is uncomfortable. Do you happen to know where Sulfur is? You wouldn't know his name. Large canine-like war-forged person.
Oh, Agrios is here?
Mm.
That's what you see.
Fantastic. I
Uses
would
his
much
pen.
appreciate that. You know, I'm better than you thought the most.
What was that?
Nod.
What was
Just
that? I actually didn't hear that.
He's like, out of everyone I have met upon the surface, you are by far most polite, well mannered.
I'm feeling
It's
kind,
fantastic, really.
feeling kind of attacked right now.
It's so nice not to get insulted every other sentence. Indeed. A wise decision that will get you far.
He nods to that. He'll start walking with you, kind of going out of the ship.
He keeps place. Just kind of walking with them.
The people under deck, as they see him, just kind of move out of his way or into other rooms. It's pretty obvious from how they look at him that they don't see him, think ill of him, but they definitely do not feel comfortable around this person as he walks through the ship.
They give you such wide berth to us avoid getting in your way. That's quite respectful of them.
Oh, my sweet boy, no.
Be upon a ship of such well-meaning and well-intentioned individuals. Goodness. Not respect. I scare them. Seaborn. You scare them, Seaborn. Know what? Scratches his head. I don't. I am?
God.
I don't let's see. You call them that, right? You scare them. Is there a reason? Perhaps your jokes are too intense. I have found that to be the case. One time, I told a joke upon visiting a tavern. Second night here, everyone was terrified. I only retold the hilarious entrappings of the ambush of Perseus 7, upon which the Suagan armies were completely decimated. It was hilarious.
Oh, my sweet
my
boy.
are rare and are not always good to see.
This
Well, that sounds silly. I think you're very good to see.
this entity is gonna yeet itself off the ship.
Oh,
I am
my sweet
sympathetic to
boy.
you there, quite hard. We are not as common as we would like to be. Constant warring and whatnot do keep the population down.
This kind of nods.
Just gonna yeet
Yeah,
itself.
matching the nod, and he's like, he's walking close, but not too close, because that would be weird. But like clearly, understanding that others have given him a wide berth because of the sphere, is choosing to actively counter that. Definitely like this bright, bubbly.
Again, this person's a lot taller than Agrios, because I think he's actually twice the size
Agrios
of
is here.
not Agrios. Sorry,
Caspian,
He's
Caspian's
twice-
kind of short, I think, because
Yeah.
Titans aren't that tall. Yeah, he's 5'5".
Yeah, Tritons are like average around like 5'5". So
Hmm.
even on a tall Triton, this person's like 10 foot tall and they're hunched over.
Yeah, and he is happily like meeting their eyes, looking up, just engaged in this conversation. Happy to have someone nice to talk to.
Why do you keep attacking me, Vio?
Really? Character gets insulted for 5 sessions straight. I don't get to say anything.
Oh, I love this game.
Y'all terrible.
We love you too, buddy.
Sorry, I gotta make sure I'm spelling this word right.
Sure, I hate spelling that word.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
No, sorry, I just want to make sure I'm spelling this right because character's supposed to be smart, all right?
The characters.
The character's smart, but I'm an idiot.
Nothing like rocks your Twitch, like makes it amazing, like dead air.
Right.
Just a good 2 minutes of silence.
I know.
Get all the viewers. You're like, oh, what's going on over there? What? It's silent. Let's go.
Yeah, this is what he writes.
Hello, darkness,
Five.
our old friend.
Yeah, and he, as he has been, he's like kind of mumbling wrong. My planner attached. What's called? It's silly. Children of both a tiefling and an asthma. Well, I don't know what either of those two things are. But that sounds lovely.
Sweet boy. Oh, my sweet boy.
For a Paka, I knew someone who had an Apaka once. It's this a 4-legged creature. Correct?
Damn it!
Long neck, kind of strange looking. Don't care for it. Kind of like a plesiosaurus.
My sweet boy, no.
Look, he's not stupid. He just doesn't know any better.
Oh, I know.
He's smart. He lacks world experience.
High intelligence, low wisdom.
Exactly.
Who said intelligence is a dump stat?
How it is.
Oh,
Consider us to sign feet about something that they believe our birth started first. There was an apocalypse? I think I missed that one. Well, that's a bit silly of them to just denote one's entire ancestry. Oh, 3. Oh my goodness. apocalypse.
They weren't really good apocalypses,
Yeah,
were they?
don't really quite get apocalypses in the bottom of the ocean because every day is hell. So, uh, what were they? Player asks for world information from this guy who's to type
Luckily,
it out.
this guy's a wizard, so he's smart. He actually knows this information.
Yeah, he just has to type it out on his Nokia cell phone.
Yeah,
Show me the screen.
I mean, I thought it'd be cool to have a mute character use Skywrite to talk. You know,
No worries.
Yeah, it is
I'm down
cool.
for it. I love it.
It is very cool, but at the same time, I'm sitting here going, "There's a lot of dead air in this session."
You know what? We're here
Well,
for the chill vibes.
you know,
That's what we're
yeah,
here
it's a chill stream. We're
Yeah.
not doing much.
for. Crack it. Bam. Screw you, chill vibes. And that's when the Abyssal Dreadnought hopped out of the water and said,
Oh,
yes,
hey.
I would like some tea.
Yeah.
And then they all sat
I
down
hope you-
and
I
had
hope
a nice tea.
I hope it's fine to bring up my aboleth friends.
Hey,
All
look,
my aboleth.
look! I brought the homies. There's a bunch of
I don't know what this
aboleths come up.
aboleth is, but I bet it tastes like catfish.
Yeah, here's what he writes.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, angels and fiends. I mean, the second one was gods and dragons. The third was land colonials came split in half. Yeah, okay. The colonials were split in half. How gruesome. As to the first two, that sounds about, I have to say it bog standard. They do tend to do that, unfortunately. Much to the
Actually-
dismay of everyone around them. The amount of times those forces were trying to get us in their business. Whew, goodness. Would not do.
Caspian,
Yeah?
are you lying or do you actually believe that?
Believe what? That
What
they're
you're
a problem?
saying? No, that your people were trying to be dragged into this.
Well, like, they were, like, accosted to get involved, right? And they refused, more or less.
No,
to keep to their own business.
as far as your people cultural wise, the only fiends you ever saw came from that one legend of the person from the Farsi that gave you your guys the cultural legendary weapons of you,
Yeah,
the
they were bad.
merfolk.
The fiend part was bad.
Yeah,
So he knows that
that's the
fiends are
one.
bad.
You know of dragons, but as far as you know, besides that one fiend that came here supposedly within legend, dragons have never been really a big part of your culture. They appear occasionally, but there was no grand war between gods and dragons as far as your people were concerned.
So the gods and dragons are new to him, as I understand.
The idea of gods and dragons going to war is pretty new. The idea that there were angels that fought fiends. I mean, you know about the fiend. You can guess. You maybe think, oh, maybe that far traveler they say is a angel of some sort. You would say in your mind. But besides that, yeah, you don't know anything about the War of Dragons. You didn't know really much about the conflict of angels and fiends, or celestials and fiends. Just that there's a fiend that apparently came long ago. They were bad.
He will amend his sentence thusly. I'd say those first two things are crazy. Goodness, that sounds like a lot of fighting. I hope not too many people were hurt. Although it was an apocalypse, so I suppose that's a bit of a given. Sad. About that whole colonial splitting in half thing, though, how does that work?
There you go.
And massive explosion destroyed. That happens often here, because that happens with some reoccurrence. Cold, open fissures and new vents as the geothermal energies push through and create volcanoes that will one day become islands. I imagine that was rough on the roads. I assume you must have had a lot of bridge building to do. It's because you will need a bridge to repair the two halves. But also, upon the completion of Apocalypse or whatever it's called, there will be much cultural exchange that you will have to do to rectify the atrocities of war.
This is what he tells you about how the land was split.
200,000 miles of land north to south. My goodness, if I knew what a mile was, I'm sure that would be very impressive.
He kind of taps his chin, kind of thinking about that.
It's always something you consider very often, but the measurements between such vastly different cultures are not going to be the same.
He grabs like 30 feet of rope.
Oh no! Don't do it, man!
Hangs himself.
No.
Dark.
As he kind of just thinks, as he then begins to write again.
He just grabs 30 feet of rope. What are you making that loop for? What are you throwing that end around a rafter? Why are you jumping off the ledge?
That's what he tells you.
I think this would be 176. That's a high number. It's pulled straight into a line. But it's very far. So did you kill the one who sundered the land, as you said? Were they dealt with? Would not want that to happen again.
Whoa.
They killed themselves as they were in the center. Anyway, we are here. Oh,
Who walks right into the door?
that's it.
Yeah.
This was a lovely little friendship. Thank you for you educated me, treated me to a fine conversation. The others may be a bit wary, but you are. He kind of like pats his chest with like a closed fist. A good comrade to me, my friend.
He gives you a thumbs up.
What is your name?
Hey,
I just realized I do not know it.
He kind of just looks at you. Just kind of shakes his head a little bit.
I am Ishkar.
Accidentally.
Exciting thing. I can only imagine what you must have done to learn such a title. Defeat some demon, no doubt. Very nice.
He just kind of shrugs.
Names are given,
and
right? That's how names work.
He shakes
Anyway.
his head.
Interact with the PC who's not here. Let's
Yes,
go.
you walk in. The hold is, it has a few things. It's a little cluttered. But it kind of propped Sulfur against the wall.
I kind of wanted him to be like Alphonse when he's in the train. For Full Metal Alchemist, just like decompartmentalized on top of a box.
Well, they would have done that, but none of them are blacksmiths. They don't know how to.
Separate all of his pieces and you just have his helmet on top of the box. He'll get in. He'll more or less tend to Sulfur. Like, if he understands that he's powered down, he'll just like do things like amend him, like make sure the space is comfortable, as far as comfortable to be for a Warforged.
Yeah. I mean,
And he'll share in joyous conversation whether or not Sulfur can hear it. But
Yeah,
what
there's a
Sulfur
few,
can't
like-
do is stop him from talking.
Nope.
So he just
In fact,
has to listen. He doesn't have a
In
choice.
fact, if you wish, you can write down exactly what you say and send it to Fox.
It'll be a bit, so I won't do that now. But yes,
Yes.
that's going to happen.
He cannot respond right now. Is he still in power saving mode?
Oh, there are
But
so many stories.
Sulfur will hear so much.
So much. He'll wake up converted.
Oh, God.
Man, I nearly drowned. I guess I worship the water god.
At that point, I would say after Caspian, you can roll like a d6 to see how many stories you've told Sulfur at this point.
Sure. 6. 3 stories.
Yeah, at this point you told 3 stories as Kadros and Resh kind of walked in.
Oh, we're walking in.
Yeah, I thought you said you guys wanted to check on Sulfur.
I was looking to share some nautical stories with some sailors who might still be awake.
I will say at this point it's about midnight for them, so either they're working or
I will be AFK for a hot one.
just so you know, it is late for them. So.
Right. All right. Well,
At
that's
this, you guys aren't sleeping because you guys have been asleep for 2 days.
Yep.
But as you guys get closer, you would hear Caspian telling stories to what is I guess sleeping is the best term to use as far as you guys know. I mean, Warforged don't really sleep, but you know.
why. No, mate. Why are you torturing poor Sulfur?
He said he's need
I know.
something done out real quick.
Torturing him. I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, this goes. You know he can't stop you, and some people believe that if you're talking to somebody while they sleep, you can mess with their dreams.
Say.
Well,
I shall wear my words said in case something gets convoluted.
so how y'all feeling?
I'm feeling wonderful. That one individual, Ishkar, just an absolute delight. We had such a wonderful conversation.
You mean the most terrifying thing I've seen since I've seen the Grim Reaper?
Yes, well, I'd much rather see him than the Reaper anytime soon. And besides, he was rather polite.
Yeah, I don't see
He
it.
seems a good sort. He seems a good sort.
It's more.
Well, either way, we're probably not going to be able to speak to the captain until tomorrow. At the earliest. Anywho, do you all mind if I bring him out? I think we might all need to have a talk.
Yeah, sure.
Discuss.
Yeah, sure, mate. Whip him out right here in front of all of us.
I'm not rising to that innuendo, and Rush tosses his hat in the air.
Hey!
Hello, Capone. How was your sleep?
Oh, I went to hell.
Oh, you went back. Oh.
Well, you're kind of nearly dead. You thank me, by the way.
I suppose I should. Um, for what exactly?
For making sure none of you drowned, fell off the ship. You know, I tried feeding you guys, but none of you would chew, so I just pulled out raw fish in your mouths.
Punched it down the throat.
Part of the
Yeah.
reason we were so dehydrated?
I don't know shit about mortals. Okay? I don't need to eat to survive.
Well, yes, I suppose you have a point there. You wouldn't exactly have a frame of reference for what it's like to be hungry.
Or thirsty.
Or thirsty. Anyway, Capone, do you have any idea what that thing was? Or most of what's going on, because I have very little frame of reference for anything that happened.
Well, he was mortal at one point, I think.
He did admit that to us, and apparently he used to be a paladin, though it seems now he's swapped deities, I suppose.
And not all paladins are deific.
Yeah, someone
Most of them
right.
are
Yes.
assholes.
Yeah, someone right. But
Oh yes, Oh yes, we've already run into plenty of them who are assholes. Remember that? Remember when we were still? Remember when we were still coming over here? There was that one fucking dickhead.
As you're saying that, he just looks, the great component just looks at you, slowly turns to Caspian.
Yeah, Caspian just getting his people wrecked right now.
I mean,
These people were in the same class as me in high school. We took the same elective courses.
We went to different colleges, but we had this degree.
fucking
Exactly.
Kadros is just like, while you're like talking shit about paladins, he just is just leaning against the wall, looking at you, and then looks at Caspian, going,
After that kind of like constant gentle smile on his face.
"You're really just gonna stand there and take that, mate?"
I was not aware that was to me specifically.
I mean, he kind of lumped all paladins together.
Oh.
Well, there are generally exceptions to the rule, but most of the paladins I've met, save a few, are dickheads.
Terrible
Very-
condition to live with.
A lot of paladins try to enforce their oaths onto a world that does not follow it, and I find that unhealthy and very rude.
Interesting.
I'll make sure to smite you later.
It like makes a note.
Yeah.
No lay on hands. On the no list.
And Rush looks up and asks, "Do we have any more information? When you went back to Hell, did she have anything else to say, or?"
Well, stay away from him. this Telemachus. Telemachon, Telemachus. Humans have weird names. Either way, she said he was touched by the void. That's a no-go zone for everyone. Not even the gods go there.
The
they can
void,
help it.
void.
Okay, smartass, I heard that. Look. The void is a very dangerous place for any entity that's not born there. I don't know how this guy survived, but obviously it changed him. The void is where creation happens. It's the best way to describe it.
So all things come from the void in some regard.
All things descend from the void, but it's not. The void's not good. It's
not evil either, but it's definitely not good.
The void simply is, and we deal with what it gives us.
The only thing that lives in the void currently are the aspects of creation. And they are, again, not good.
Would that
it's
have
supposed-
anything to do with the Maw?
The Maw could be any sort of aspect of creation. But we have to learn more about this Telemachus and what he does. But obviously, the mouth bit was strange. So it's likely he met or at least was influenced by an elder creation. Or
Well-
I guess what some people might call them the Great Old Ones.
Then I suppose it's a good thing we happen to know where a Paladin outpost is. This is
I know
going
where a
to
paladin
suck.
outpost is.
Well, yes, Waterdeep. Well, Waterway Bastion.
That one too.
Gesundheit.
Um. Well, truth be told, I was when Caspian and I were talking earlier. At least I talked about what this Maw thing that Telemachus was bound to might be, or at least what may have influenced him.
His ex-girlfriend.
Because when
Says Kairos.
that is not an impossibility, but a distinctly unlikely one. But when you think of, like I said before, when you think of Maw, that generates a certain image of something like savage hunger and consumption. In its own way, it's a form of destruction. Destruction for survival's sake, but destruction nonetheless.
Now, if you're going with that, hunger itself isn't a bad thing, boss. I mean, the hunger for success, the hunger for a better life.
Yes, but hunger, when left unchecked, will eventually consume all.
Well, hopefully he's a one-off thing if this is the case. The last time that one came around was not a good time.
There were other times.
Well, the great old ones occasionally interact with the world. It's a cyclical cycle, I guess. Things are destroyed, planets are gone, life itself just changes.
There's just planets. They're
You're on one.
Well, we're on a realm, yes.
Alright. What do you all know of your solar system?
Huh? Because we're all fantasy. We're like, what the fuck's a solar system?
That's a solar system. What's a solar system? Is that
Right.
a plane?
I think
don't know that much.
I think Rush would understand the concepts of planets.
You can all roll intelligence.
Oh boy. Let's see.
Because Resh, I'm not going to say you already know. You guys have to find out.
12.
Alright. 19! Oh, I'm rolling good today.
Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy Tuesday. Or next 2 Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So Resh is the only one who knows this. I mean, for bio encounters, you guys know of the stars,
We know the stars
That's-
and different realms.
the moons, and obviously different planar realms. For Resh, you actually know of the solar system, as they're kind of calling it, are specifically because of the sun, Solari. There have been a few hypotheses of what it kind of looks like, whether you go around the sun or the sun goes around you. People aren't really fully sure. But there have been a few people who focus on astronomy, and
They're called heretics and we burned them.
no. From what you know, you are in a kind of somewhat big system, and they believe the other stars possibly are either suns that are alone, maybe suns that also have such things. They're not really sure. It's a bunch of hypothesis because they don't really have the way to understand this currently. But there's a few planets named in the system. There is Solari, which is a star, your sun. There is a planet that's believed to be close to it, which is Belaba, or Bellariva, or Bellarivia, as most people call it. There's
What was the name of the second planet?
the first planet in the solar system is Bellarivia.
Here's how it is spelled.
Oh boy.
Second, supposedly in the system, is the planet Pars. After that, it is Fat Quill.
I thought you said Fat Quill at first. I was like, what?
There is your planet, Kira.
Third rock from the sun.
I get it. Yo, we're getting some astronomy lessons today.
There is
Apocalypses, world shattering.
There is the planet. There is a planet that is actually very close to this system. The fact that occasionally, during the middle of winter, you can actually see it with the naked eye.
That's where the
is the
Illithids come
planet
from.
that is from Eugenol.
That definitely sounds like an Illithid planet.
There is the one behind it, which is Sile. Hitra. Nikoli. And then there is a planet that is just nicknamed the Shattered, because it is a planet that half of it has been broken off.
That sounds like
That's
fun.
me. That planet is me.
I
It's just there.
I relate to that planet.
He says,
The shattered.
Reminds me of Dark Ramble.
the last time one of the old ones got into the world was the personification of survival. This survival, well, there's many ways to survive, which is devour, fight, build.
Leave.
Well, he left, but only after he devoured half a planet.
Dick move, man.
Wasn't even the Tarrasques, which are his children.
Ha, what? Like,
Yeah, the planet. Yeah, the planet that. Yeah, you know the thing your planet's made from. Those are the corpses of his children. How's it make you feel?
Pretty metal.
yeah, we're kind of walking on his dead kids. Suck it.
Not particularly guilty. It died a long time ago, and we've been living it long before we learned that information.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like-
but you know what? Yeah, but this is a planet made of only 20 of them. There's more.
wait, so if we kill a bunch of his children, then we could have our own planet.
That's not how it works. You would have to kill what I assume are 20 beings at the minimum that are the size of miniature continents. Or very large continents.
So what you're saying, mate, is we just need a big fuck-off cannon.
I
That one's stupid.
don't. Yes. Yes, it is. How will we build a cannon that big out of more of the corpses that we don't have?
Alright, so what we... sea turtles, mate. No. No, he looks and goes,
What's this about sea turtles? He like chimes into the conversation.
Man, you all are idiots.
I heard about turtles.
so,
Look, either way, big one. Either way, when the old ones come, it is not good. Life mutates, changes.
it finds out...
Planar magic goes weird, and lots of things die.
Life finds a way, though.
Life finds. Yeah, of course it found a way. It went through all the planes of all the elemental planes of existence.
And these islands happen because of it.
So,
Finds a way, and just until it stops. It always stops.
Anyway, most of this information is going to go over your head, like most things. Looks at you, Pedros.
he just looks, huh, what?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He's like, he's got his
Maybe
eye,
say from-
he's got
Look,
his
I'm not
eye in
gonna
a
get
bottle.
too complex into things. But these things are very dangerous, and we hope to everything in existence that they don't appear from the void. If they
And,
do, it's somewhere there's no people.
well, could you hide on a different planet or in a different realm?
Look, all the planes of existence are tied to this plane, this planet, this planet's own plane. That's at least how we can tell things as magical beings.
Right.
So, if there was no life on that planet, all other planes of existence would shrivel up and die.
Hmm.
That's what we know. It's an uncertainty. Things are different. I don't know. But that's what I've been told. I'm just an imp. I've been around for a while, but still, I'm an imp.
I'm just in the bureaucracy.
So, he kind of looks and goes, so that being said, he kind of looks and goes, if one of these things were to show up, how do you get rid of it?
You don't. You survive and you deal with the aftermath.
Well, I don't know.
It's like a sage nod, like, yes.
Well,
Look, I haven't been a demon for that long. Again, the last time that happened was when the giants landed on this planet and tried to colonize it. And see how that went out for them.
Yep, no, most of them are dead.
No, most of you don't even know what he's fucking talking about.
yeah.
Yeah.
He said giants came to the planet to try and colonize it. That doesn't sound right to you guys.
Capone,
I didn't see any giants.
yeah, he looks and goes, Capone, I think you might be a little bit
Underwater.
more drunk than I want to be right now.
Ah, if only you can drink demon booze. That shit slaps.
What did you just say to me?
He just looks and goes, Sam, so what's gonna happen? It's gonna kill me?
Actually, yes. And destroy your soul. And
Eh,
send you
that's
into the mosh
unfortunate.
pit that is the abyss.
You need that.
He goes, do I?
Well, I feel like you do. Although I suppose that's really up to you if you do or not.
I mean, he looks over at Rash, he just goes, do I need my soulmate?
Probably. I mean, maybe not, but I wouldn't risk it.
When you ask the warlock, do you need a soul?
You're a warlock, and the only thing you can think to barter with is your soul. You're not very inventive. Sorry, I'm going to say it. If that's the only thing you got, you don't got a lot.
Dude, it's one of those. I still have my soul. Oh, okay. Yeah, that last village we were in don't have theirs anymore, but I still have mine.
My pact with my archfey patron is to make creme brulee every evening. I'm their chef. That's my pact. I just work for them.
Capone, there's also one more thing I have to ask.
Yeah.
You know one of the spells that she gave me, right?
I mean, it's not really a spell she gave. More of a spell that happened.
Yes.
Warlock is not a exact sign.
From what I've come to understand, mate, warlocks are like oops babies. You get the powers and they're an accident.
Aspen, how do you feel right now?
He's
He is
like,
conflicted. He's hearing a lot right now, but he is aware he doesn't have the cultural understanding to know the framework they're referring it to.
For Kadros, you would know this, that lots of people hate warlocks.
Yep.
In fact, if any paladins found out that we're from a righteous paladin order, pretty sure Resh would be killed.
Yeah, like when you're like talking about like
Because
being a
there's a
warlock.
long history in the past where a bunch of warlocks tried to conquer the world after the apocalypse that split the continent in half.
Yeah,
that
like-
you guys originate from.
And it's
I
just
feel
like
like there were some Triton and folk warlocks along the way. I'm not sure how they were handled culturally, though.
I would
I
say
think
they were
they're
trying.
okay with.
It depends on who they're getting the power from, because a lot of it is
course.
that people need to rely on themselves. If it was from a genie, they were probably okay. If it was from an aboleth, they will definitely kill on sight.
Oh yeah, of course. But like, because the whole thing of a warlock is that it's ordered, it's structured, and you follow these rules.
Yeah.
And they're kind of all about that. So like, as long as you do your thing, and don't stray from doing your thing, we're fine.
Like, I just picture Kataros just looking at Caspian and looks back at Resh going, you know, Resh, mate, you're speaking pretty open for somebody in smiting distance.
Yeah, well,
Mighty distance. I'm not familiar with that.
it means you're close enough to cast smite on me, my friend.
Oh, is that what that is?
I like that. I thought it was just
I just put a lot of oomph in it for those moments. A lot, just all of the gusto and whatnot I'm feeling in the moment. A
Yes.
smite, he said.
he just looks over at Caspian and just goes, mate, do you not understand how your magic works?
Of course, I do understand how magic works that I have conjured within myself from my own force of personality, but don't exactly have terminology down. Not really a thing.
He looks and goes, unfortunately I did. I mean, when I wasn't very useful as a kid to the captain, so guess what I got to do? Read books.
And see, this is why our children partake in job learning and military exercise from a young age to not be so useless, as you said.
Is that because if they don't, they usually get eaten by something bigger?
That does not occur too terribly often.
Like, they're not wrong, but damn.
That's only if they're not properly looked after. Children are a vital resource for any community.
Especially
Anyway,
a community.
back to-
He looks especially a community of warlocks.
Exactly. Wait, what?
Okay, that's good. That's good. Holy shit.
Digging,
Like,
digging
like,
holes, I see.
like, I just picture Caspian. Yeah, way. It's the Tom
what
Tom
the-
meme.
Man, I feel bad for Fox because there's been a lot of lore dump. Most of it's gonna be forgotten anyway.
It's okay. It's okay. Resh looks at Capone and gets back on track, and he says, There was, I believe, a dream with that person where a certain spell of mine was turned on me. And since Telemachus introduced himself as a herald of the Maw, and that spell also associates itself with the concepts of consumption and devouring, it is possible that that spell is not safe to use around him, and we need to know what other magics don't work or might work well. Because if we don't, and we run into him again, and something tells me we will, we are fucked.
I feel like we just really have to put our all in it if that happens again. You know, just really give it our A game, as they say.
Also, to be 100% honest though, mates, he did give us a chance to join him. So he's not unreasonable, so...
I feel as though his conjecture of allowances was somewhat besmirched by the pile of corpses he stood upon. It did not offer much work placement trust, should we say.
Yeah, not a lot of job security.
Exactly that.
But what
Also, very evil. So,
what I'm
that's
saying,
a problem.
what I'm saying though, mate, is simply, he's looking to build an army.
That's a problem.
That is a cult.
Is it?
It's a
Well, possibly, depending on how fanatical they are in their worship, they could be a cult. It could be a cult.
either way,
But watch it.
an
It's
army,
a small cult.
an army under his leadership, mates. It's not good for anybody.
Least of all us, because he's probably going to come after us at some point.
Well, as far as he knows, you might be dead.
He look
That's
like
what I think.
Karos kind of looks and goes, honestly, it's like if you go to commandeer or go to board a ship that doesn't have a lot on it, you might just let the crew go. Because there's no payout for it.
Mm.
So we might be so far below him that he won't even remember us.
My friend, I truly hope you're right.
Those are the problems. If we're that far beneath him, if we run into him again, our only choice is to run. Fighting will only end with us dying. Oh no, I'm not. Well, it wasn't so bad the first time. I really don't want to have to deal with this a second time.
Well, in that case, let's make sure we stay alive, and more importantly, that we get back and get fucking paid.
Yeah, well, get ready for an earful because my mom is probably going to be pissed that we couldn't get her gunpowder back. So.
Well, I'm sure she'll understand once we tell her about the fucking reanimated corpses that were after us and the psychopathic son of a bitch who was leading them.
Look, Karos just gives you this flat look of, mate, if I told you I ran into a knight with a million mouths coming out of his armor and control people like they were goddamn puppets on a string and I survived, how believable does that story sound, mate?
As believable as a bunch of paladins going off to fight some sloths.
That's crazy.
But he just has this look like, it's best we keep this close to our chest for now and look into it.
Well, I suppose we could tell her a partial truth that we will not be getting that gunpowder back at all, because if it was still there, it's gone now.
We'd be better off saying a giant fuck-off sea serpent came out and flooded the cave before the monsoon hit.
See why we shouldn't be honest.
This is also true. Well, there comes a certain point where the truth becomes stranger than fiction. And in this case, truth is stranger than fiction. So let's tell them what we can and what they'll likely believe, and if we can, we tell them the rest. But only if we think that they'll legitimately believe us.
Agreed.
I don't see why that should matter whether or not they believe us. If we speak the truth,
It is better to speak a partial truth and be believed than to tell the whole truth and be laughed at.
And not paid.
And not paid.
morally disagree, but I understand your reason.
And
He
plus,
says very hesitantly.
He looks at us, and plus if my mom thinks that we stole the gunpowder instead, well, we're gonna have our throats slit and kicked off the side of the ship.
That would be unadvisable.
Privateers, not pirates.
Sure.
She's very... She doesn't like things being taken from her.
That's a fair stance. Well,
I used to have a puppy.
oh my friend. I am far too tired to be having this conversation. Let's go to sleep.
Didn't we just wake
very
up?
tired.
Are you feeling
Yeah.
alright? It's like,
No,
about,
I'm-
like if
no, I'm
like a
fine.
hand,
It's
his
just
forehead.
the-
Like, are you warm?
No, I'm fine. It's just this whole ordeal has still got me exhausted. Like, not like energy wise, but just like emotionally, I am drained. Our friend is missing. Sulfur hasn't woken up yet. We're going to a country we know nothing about, and we have 3 days to get back before flood
You guys,
season.
out of character, you guys don't know where you're at.
Yeah.
I do feel as though Sulfur woke up for a moment. It was just but a moment, and he made this strange screaming sound, and then he went back to sleep.
Were you telling him one of your stories?
Oh yes, it was a very frightening part. The hero almost loses.
He gives you like that flat, like, I can guess why he screamed.
It's fair. I screamed too when I first heard it. Most of the class. Scary stuff.
What? The big fisherman with the big fish hook?
No, that's a different story.
Yes.
What? There was a fisherman, and he had a grand weapon, and I don't see what is so strange about this.
Not strange, humorous. At least from our
It wasn't
perspective.
funny. Many people died.
Sorry.
It was travesty.
I want to go try to find a fishing pole.
There was a whole war.
Like, I want to go find
A
a...
war over this.
I'll be,
Well, not because of it, but in lieu of.
I'll be right back,
Damn
mates.
Viking
He's like, I'll be right back, mates. And he's like, gonna
monsters.
grab a fishing pole and bring it back. And just dangle the hook over Caspian.
It's not what. I get it because fish. Haha, hilarious.
Sorry, Caspian.
Very
it's
tired
just-
sigh.
I'm
It's like,
sorry, Caspian. It's just too easy.
It's really, it's also easy to be polite. It's remarkably easy. In fact,
Oh,
simple.
no,
Be kind.
no.
You
no,
can
my
choose to be
friend.
kind, but you consecutively choose not to be. You do realize this.
Caspian, the reason we're messing with you is because we like you, dumbass.
Oh, yes. Abuse from infatuation. I
He,
heard about this.
he looks and goes,
Let's screw around with each other. It's just a thing.
mate.
I do not know you that well to do such a thing.
He kind of looks and goes, mate, simply.
Honestly, that was not the thing I thought Kathy was going to say.
Yeah, like a hand to his chest, like make sure his clothes are okay. Like, I do not know you well enough for such activities.
Mate, let's put it this way. Alright, if I didn't feel comfortable letting my guard down around you, I definitely would have left you buried in the sand.
Did you?
He kind of looks at you like that.
For a while, you did.
Yeah, just for you to wake up in it, and then I unburied you.
You're the one who put me there. You can't congratulate yourself for taking me out of a situation you put me in.
He kind of looks at you and goes, I didn't have to undig you.
That is very common.
And he, and then he looks and goes, and I was one of the first people to come and help you with the slod.
You know what? No rest magic. None. I was going to expend of myself divine energies to make sure you both got restful sleeps without the trauma of nightmares. But all of this? No, I'm going to do it anyway. And he does actually give them both the Blessed Rest spell, which I don't think in this context does anything, but like, you know, just have good dreams, have a good night.
He looks at
He
you.
tried being mean, but he couldn't do it.
He couldn't bring himself. It's one of those. You don't want to be like Evan Bruce. Evan's an asshole. Well, I can be an asshole too. No, you can't. Twing. You gonna pick that up? Yeah, I'm sorry. He just looks. Caspian, you got a lot to learn about the life on the surface, my friend.
The more I learn, I find the less I wish to.
Here's a big thing that there's a big saying that we have out on the seas. Just relax. Nothing needs to be so serious unless the ship is sinking. If the ship is sinking, feel free to panic internally and scream on the inside of your head while you try to fix it.
That's... I don't know the meaning of the word. It's just...
He looks goes.
Just kidding. He just say, relax, you say. That's very well-intentioned advice, but it is when the prey relaxes that the predator strikes.
He looks and goes, and where is their predator, my friend?
Who knows? It's a mystery. That's the point.
He looks and goes,
Caspian.
Yes.
Caspian,
Yes.
nothing is going to attack you here.
and next thing you
Say
know,
that.
you're fucking
You say that, and yet, somehow, looks to the hat, somehow, I doubt that.
I mean, I'm not going to kill you. I don't get any for it.
See, even Capone doesn't want to hurt you. And Capone likes to hurt a lot of things.
I didn't say I want to
concerning,
him.
yes,
I just
actually,
said I want to
I
kill
should-
him.
You should have a
like that. I didn't say I wouldn't hurt him. I said I wouldn't
I
kill
feel
him.
like there's a lot of bloodlust in this group, and honestly, I'm a bit worried at times that you all may take a rather untoward course of action.
Caspian, don't worry.
yes.
I reserve all of my bloodlust specifically for sacrificial cultists. Because fuck those guys, I will send them all to hell.
You save your bloodlust for them, or for use on them?
Yes.
I'm confused by the conjecture.
Yes.
Look,
Yes. Okay, that does not help. Great.
I
It
have.
was
Like, Kairos looks goes, look, mate. I'm gonna keep it honest with you. I ain't got no problems with you. You got a bit of a stick up your ass, that's for sure, but but you're a decent enough guy. You just gotta learn to relax. Did you ever enjoy playing games when you were a kid?
We had several fighting games.
None that dealt with battle.
His expression goes blank for a moment. Yes.
Felix goes, did you do anything that didn't involve war that you found relaxing as a kid?
Of course.
He looks and goes, that's feeling, that's relaxation? Believe it or not, most things on the surface, you're not going to be attacked every day. Hell, he looks and goes, I mean, unless you really go looking for it, mate, you won't be attacked. Like, most people aren't attacked in their entire lives up here.
Say that, and yet about almost 1-for-1 every day, I have been attacked
He looks and goes,
since I got here.
the
Our
different...
experiences are very much an outlier, Caspian. Relax. Most people don't get attacked on the daily. It's only on the
Also, my
weekly.
sample size is a bit small. That's fair.
He looks and goes, like I said, we go looking for it, mate. We're adventuring. And adventuring, the life expectancy, it's fairly low from my understanding.
We really should register with the guild if this is going to continue.
Yeah, I could have when we were back there, but I was going to sign all your names, but they're like, oh no, you gotta have everybody there.
Yeah, also there's a little thing with signing people up for something without their consent, which is like, in certain circumstances, yes, go ahead, they're a massive dickhead, but in most others, like, get their approval.
What are we doing?
So we're gonna go sacrifice the village. Took the Great Capone here.
I don't think Capone. Do you like that kind of thing, actually? Because I don't think I'd be comfortable with that.
It shrugs. I mean, I get souls of you too. I can get a raise. I would one more than an imp.
I will give you the souls of each cultist I kill, as long as I get to pay my tithe to my patron afterwards.
Man, Cadmus was doing it just like when he said it, he was just smiling at Caspian, just that.
So, on the list of things per your contract, is there like a do a good deed once per day kind of thing, or you could
No.
consider putting that on the. You could consider putting that on there. You know, just every little step you take, it adds up.
You don't talk to many. Oh, he just has this look. Caspian, it's probably the best bet that you don't ask what he does and why he's doing it.
I merely asked if he is upon whatever contract he has made is more or less a constabulatory portion of it that can no killing innocents and the like, that kind of thing.
Well, I don't think we're gonna go out and just kill innocent people.
It's not in my contract, but I generally make it a policy to not kill those who don't deserve it.
See, well, deserved.
Though, since we're talking about this, mates, what do people consider innocence?
That varies quite a bit from person to person.
Like, are we saying if you're committing a crime to deserve the worst punishment, that all crimes are equal in the eyes of the law?
The
Which law you
punishment,
speak of?
the punishment to suit the crime. I'm not going to kill someone for stealing to feed themselves. Because frankly, that's understandable. You're stealing so that you can fucking live.
What about, it kind of says, what about somebody who kills to survive?
Should you have to
In
kill this?
self-defense? In self-defense, most of those are fine. In my book, at least. I'm not going to judge someone unless it was, well, premeditated and malicious in nature.
You are all very violent. He just says, after a moment of silence.
Welcome to my life!
I hate it here. I want to go home. Just this place is terrible.
Ugh.
It's alright, mate.
His posture hasn't changed at all, though. It's still it's like so straight, it's bending back a bit.
That's alright, mate. We're all terrible people.
I would not.
Terrible, just difficult.
I don't lump. Part of him wants to say, "Don't lump me in with you," but that's kind of mean. So he's not going to say that.
She just smiles. Well, everybody, if there's nobody up in the crow's nest, I think I'm gonna go take a look around and enjoy it.
I will see if the crew
I
can
will
meet
say
any.
it is at this point, because you guys have been talking for a long time. You guys do start seeing the peaks of morning
Yeah, he wants to go out and watch. He goes.
as
Actually, I'd say Kadros looks like if we see it, he goes. Well, mates, enjoy this the sunrise. It's actually quite breathtaking.
Rush nods and I guess follows him out.
You want to see true? You want to see one of the, or you want to see one of the surface's real beauties, Caspian?
Me?
He's- yeah.
Yes.
Yes, let's go.
Where?
Up on deck, watch the
Oh.
sunrise.
Okay. Sure.
All right. As he
He
goes
just kind of
outside,
walked over. I don't talk to Ishkar some more, fellows. Lovely.
Come on.
as you all wake up outside,
Wake up outside.
well,
We got
go
knocked
out.
again,
Sorry.
guys. It happened again.
As
Can't
you
keep
go
getting away with
outside,
things.
to see the morning for the first time since you waking up, you see the land that we once were at over here, utterly destroyed.
Well,
Well,
I suppose we'll have a plausible story now.
indeed.
As you guys see the devastation and the erasure of everything that was there. That's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh
You
boy.
guys as you guys start sailing towards Whales Hollow, and that's where we're going to start next session. You guys back there?
Yay!
Yeah.
Hey, fun times
That was
for
great.
everyone.
Yeah.